Good morning. Tuesday, September 27th, 2022. Okay, yesterday. Wow, what a long time ago. Yesterday, basically saw that we were going to come down and bounce up. For the most part, it's exactly what we did. And here's a chart from yesterday. Let's see if I can bring it up real quick. So yesterday the plan was we were going to come down. I thought we were going to hit this bottom and then bounce up. And for the most part, we did that, except for we had this little high right in here. So what we did is what I talk about constantly, and I should have, well, I think I mentioned it, but I didn't specify that coming up there and hitting the 50 SMA. Hey, that's what we did. Came up, hit the SMA. Then we came down to the bottom support area and bounced from there. Took a little bit of while, took a little time. As you see, time is on the market side, and we made the move up. So overall, not bad. So today, you can see I have a little bit of things. So let's first go over just the targets, upside targets. Target 1, 3707, we've already reached that. And these are calculated, so they are where they are. You know, I don't put these in here ahead of time and say, oh, well, let's hit this area, da-da-da. No, it's just these are calculated and, you know, they are where they are. So target 2, 3927. Or I'm sorry, 3729, a little dyslexic. And then target 3 is 3740 on the upside. We have support, or well, was resistance from 3687 to 3696. As you can see, last night we pushed on through that, and we kind of held it and made through. Anyway, we've come down and tested it this morning, which is now support. We have our CPR, central pivot range, basically from 3694 down to 3675. So about a 20-pointer with the central pivot or the pivot point right around 85, 3685. So the thought is we're above it, you go green, and we're below it, we're red. Okay, so we have a support area. Oops, didn't want to do that. Okay, let's just delete that sucker. There you go. We have a support area from 3647 to 3638. Target 1 on the downside, 3628. Target 2, 3606. And target 3, 3595. Okay, I also put in some intermediate targets, potential targets on the upside. That I would like to hit. So basically, I have a zone, and this zone is from here to here. Okay, so I would like to be inside that zone area someplace. I don't really care. We can hit the very bottom. I'm good with that, and then reject. That's fine. But with that, what I did is I said, okay, I went from the low here to the high to the low, fib extensions, and I got these targets here. Okay, so 3731 or 3732, 3737 roughly. This one, which I'm pretty interested in, which is 3752. And then one way up here, I don't anticipate us hitting it, but there's a possibility. Okay, so you can see we're already up 40 points today. You know, can we continue higher? Yes. Will it be tough? Yes, I think it'll be tough. We've technically satisfied my requirements for an A, B, and a C. So I'm good with it coming down now, or, we just need time, right? Market needs time. Typically, these things last, a thing like this will last 2 days. Okay. So if we came down at 1600 on the 23rd, okay, then we had 1600 on the 26th, which is 1 day. That would be yesterday. So here's 1 day. And then my anticipation is we'll have another day, right? Today. So if we look around 2 o'clock or so is this point, which is I thought was interesting. So can we hit that? Yeah. And would I like to hit that? Kind of. Why? Because we'll pierce the upper trend line. Let me get this out. Right? We would pierce this trend line right here. So then what would that tell you? Well, that means that we would be done with this downward trend line, and there's a pretty good chance that we would exceed this trend line. Just thinking. We could just be done with this trend. And maybe we could start making a new trend, whether to the downside or to the upside. Don't really care. Anyway, that's kind of my thinking. That's what I would like to see happen. Doesn't mean that's going to happen. We may have finished our requirements now, and we're done. If you remember that chart, or yesterday, we were coming here. We came down here, and then I had us coming up to about here, which is around 3750. And then a drop down. So could we be done at 37.25? Yep, we could be. But typically, since we're up this much, the market's going to wait for cash open, I think. And my guess is we'll keep going up. That's my thought. We'll be above the 50, and we'll just move along. Now, I say that with a grain of salt. I'll be watching for the downward. I've seen some crazy moves this morning. There's no liquidity. So we could just get some crazy moves. That's all I can say. So there you go. I'll leave that as it is. My toss, think or swim, is not working correctly this morning. So I can't really show you my SPY charts or Apple chart. I don't know what's going on. I have no options chains. I don't know. So I got to shut down and reboot. I mean, I got a couple on SPY, but my first one is October 10th. It's weird. I've already shut down twice and rebooted. Yeah. So anyway, ciao.